Today's episode is going to be walking you through a typical day in our current season of life where we go through business, health, and parenting. But first, if you are a new listener and you enjoy this episode, make sure you go back and listen to some more and then leave us a quick 5-star review. Share us on social media. Leave a quick little paragraph, couple sentences if you can. If not, even just the 5 stars does us wonders. Returning listeners, if you have not done that already, shame on you. Shame on you. What are you doing? Last episode, I said all you have to do is hit pause, click the 5-star, and come right back to it. If you have listened to more than 3 episodes and have yet to do that, I have a hard time believing you've taken anything else from these episodes and applied them to your life. So to spark action, I'm not even being selfish asking for the review. I'm asking you to spark action, to take action, to improve your life. Hit the 5-star review and then take another action. Take a tip from one of our podcasts and apply it to your life. But as far as today's episode, got a lot going on. We got chickens, we got babies.
There's a lot happening here, and I thought it would be just interesting for those of you who maybe you want to own your own coaching business one day, or you're just intrigued by our lifestyle, or you want to be a farmer and have some chickens. I thought we would just walk you through what it looks like right now. And we've done like little mini day in the life videos. I bring you guys through stories often, but just going more in depth on what it looks like right now. It changes with every season that we're in, every season and transition that Kai goes through. It changes. So I just wanted to highlight it for you on as far as what it looks like with where we're at. So I'm currently 35 and a half, almost weeks pregnant. Kai is 4. He's home for the summer. He's not going to school. We don't have daycare. We have a couple days a week where we have some extra childcare, and we run 2 businesses, 2 online businesses. We have chickens, we have dogs. We prioritize our health. There's a lot going on. So why don't you just walk them through? I guess, do we want to break it down like an example day, or do you want to break it down by like a business day, parenting, health, or just bring them through a day?
I think it's just going to kind of flow into one thing as you go through a day, what it looks like. Morning. I am working on waking up at 4:45. That is my goal. It's something I am starting to train myself for. It is a pain in the ass when you don't fall right asleep and when you got a lot going on and Kai isn't actually settled in bed until right before 8. And then it's like, well, you can go to bed right this very second, or you can decompress for a few minutes. So that's my biggest struggle right now. But usually getting up around 5:30. I'd like to get up 45 minutes earlier so that I can get a workout in and actually start some work. Right now it's one or the other. I wake up, I can either get my lift in or I can do some work, and then Kai's up. I take morning shift with Kai. So from there, it is a little bit of outside time. I'll get my morning sunlight. Kai typically says good morning to his chickens, or he'll run out.
This is what time?
By this time,
when does Kai wake up?
6:30 to 7. Today was 10 of 6. So that's the ballpark. Usually a little before 7. So I'm outside getting my morning sunlight. He's playing with the chickens, playing on the swing set or in his water table on the patio. Usually some meditation incorporated within there. And then I make him breakfast. And this phase lasts about an hour and 20 minutes. From when I make him breakfast, the first 20 minutes, to him eating the breakfast for the next hour. Might be the most frustrating part of my day, is coaching my son through eating breakfast. And I know I'm not alone there. I know a lot of the young ones are, it takes him a long ass time to eat.
He just has a lot to say. He gets distracted. He eats very slow. It's like pulling teeth.
Especially when he's got school and like, hey, if you eat quick, we can play. We can do some stuff. We can read. We can go outside. We can go for a walk. And we never had time to play or do anything because it was right up to the wire eating breakfast.
So that's like your morning until breakfast.
Yeah. So to clarify, wake up, get my lift in. So I'll make my electrolytes, sip those, hit myself with a Theragun based on whatever body part I'm doing. That's what I blast. Get my lift in. And then if I do have that early morning, I can start, whether it's creating programs for the app, putting some YouTube videos together, reels, auditing for all things Fit Coach Pro and SD Evolution, cleaning up the back end tasks. And then Kai's up.
And for me, since Josh takes the morning shift with Kai right now, my mission is 3 miles per day of walking every day until I give birth. It's supposed to just be helpful in inducing spontaneous labor. And obviously, walking is good for our health. It keeps my movement high if I get it done first thing. So I've the last week or so now, I have been waking up pretty early most days. There are some days where I do choose sleep, but most days I wake up and I immediately just go for my walk. I have my water, I do a cold shower, and then I go right outside.
I forgot that. As soon as I wake up, it's the cold shower, then it's the other stuff.
We both do cold showers first, yeah. So because I don't have Kai, I don't really have any other responsibilities per se. The dogs sleep till 7 usually, or
7,
I make
8,
them
10,
sleep
whatever.
till 7. So I literally will wake up somewhere around, I think my alarm is set for like 5:50 right now. Wake up, chug some water, hop in the cold shower, usually outside by 6:15 the latest, and I'll try to walk and either get my 3 miles in at that point or do half of it. But just getting some movement in has been super helpful with me feeling a lot better this last week. Prior to the last week of doing that, I was really struggling, not feeling great. It could have been the humidity we have here in Connecticut right now in mid-July. It could have just been where I'm at in pregnancy, but overall, it's been helping me so much as far as feeling good, digestive-wise, just really starts my day in the best way. So I'll do that. It takes me a long time if I'm doing the 3 miles, and Josh likes to make fun of me.
We usually see her by lunchtime.
But I'll do my 3 miles. I'll come back. I'll feed the dogs their homemade dog food, if you listened to last week's episode. And after I feed them, I'll make myself breakfast. And I'll usually make some sort of variation of eggs with avocado and oats and berries, or the Kodiak waffles and a protein coffee. I'll have breakfast, usually with the boys, and then I'll hop into work for a little bit. So that's been my setup, will probably be my routine until this baby comes.
Once I am in my work shift off of Kai Playtime, the last 2 months it's been chicken coop stuff. That project was supposed to be a weekend, turned into like 7 weeks, not like all day every day, but a good chunk of time most days and a decent chunk of time on the weekends. So it's been that stuff, and now it's a little bit of that stuff still. I'm fine-tuning our regimen there. I built them a gravity feeder so I can fill that up once a week. I just built them a bigger water tank with some cups. Should be a little more sanitary for them because they shit everywhere, and this is a little harder to land in their water, and it'll hold more. So if we go away for a few days, they're set on food and water. And then they've got the big run in there, so I don't feel bad about not letting them out. So it's been that recently, but when we're out of real chicken build phase, it's more work. It's more of the back end stuff. Again, it's creating the marketing stuff, but it's also reviewing everything we do on the back end for business, projections, tax stuff. What are we going to do moving forward? Just business development, which I enjoy. It's been a nice shift from going from the coaching side of things with SD Evolution to the development side of things with SD Evolution and Fit Coach Pro. Figuring out what's going to make the biggest difference. What can we do differently? What can we do better? That's a lot of what I do on top of managing the finances. So that takes up a good chunk of my afternoon. And then it's post-nap. So Kai naps.
Well,
usually.
Hold on. Let me catch them up to my side.
Kai time.
Nope. So Josh has Kai in the morning for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, depending on what our day looks like when he wakes up. And then we flip-flop, and while he's working, I'll be with Kai. Before I take over with Kai, I usually will do some sort of social media post so I run my page, the SD Evolution page, and when we are active on Fit Coach Pro, I help Joelle run that page too. We are not active on that right now. We're kind of waiting for some things to progress, is all I will say.
A lot of fun things happening on the back end right now.
But when that is active, I run those 3 pages, as well as TikTok. I'm getting back into YouTube, so I'll usually prioritize social media. That's a big part of our job. That's where we get most of our clients. And then I'll kind of catch up on any unanswered emails, check in with their coaches if they need me for anything. So I'll kind of just clear my plate a little bit as far as that goes in the mornings. And then it's time for me to take over with Kai. And we'll either do a workout together, we'll go somewhere, we'll run errands, we'll go grocery shopping, we'll play outside. It looks different every day this summer. So it kind of just depends what the day looks like and what he's in the mood to do / what we need to do. One thing that we really, I would say, let go of is the idea that we have to be constantly entertaining him. I think for a long time, at least I struggled with the fact that like every time that we're with him, we need to be his source of entertainment. And when we stopped doing that, he ironically got better at independent play, and he's been doing really great. We got him his playground. He loves his water table. He will be outside all day. So
if he's up early, like when I'm still working out, like in the middle of a workout, I go and grab him. He will literally go out and play with the chickens. Like he'll do that for over an hour.
Just laughing with his chickens.
He feeds them grass, and they'll chase him back and forth. And it's the cutest, funniest thing. And it just makes me very thankful and grateful that we actually did this. I think, I don't know if it's subconsciously what the right word is, but it's teaching him how to care for others and, enjoy the little things and just be present. All the things that we're working on as adults, I think, are getting ingrained in him as a child because of
via chickens,
but everything that we do with him, obviously. But the homesteading process, he's going to love when we do a garden. We go to her parents' house and her dad will walk him through his garden, and he loves that. I think he's going to love when we do a huge one over here. That'll be, if we can grow in the fall, I got to figure that out, but hopefully a fall project. But I digress.
Anyway, so yeah, we kind of just see what the day holds, and I'll usually be with him from that point until nap time on a normal day where we don't have like 2 to 3 days per week. My mom or Josh's mom will come for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours or so and help with Kai pre-nap. So that's been helpful, but this is just a normal day where it's just Josh and I. So
nap usually
Kai is napping.
1:30 to 2 o'clock. We usually have until 4:30. If he gets to bed late, sometimes we got to wake him up at 5, and he's a bear.
We are very grateful he is 4 years old and still napping.
Yeah, it's a huge help. So that gives us the ability to crank out the rest of our work. So not every day, but on the ideal days, we're done or almost done working by the time he's done with his nap. And then we try to prioritize more family time. So things we can do together. If it's a rainy day, it might just be hanging out inside and then watching a movie. If it's a nice day, we'll take a trip somewhere, just hang out outside, blow up his water park thingamajig, or just, hang out, watch him play with the chickens.
Yeah, afternoons have transitioned from us continuing to split shifts like when he was a baby, when we needed to get more work done, to now, once he's up, we do things as a family, and it's been really nice, especially now that it's summer and it's nice out here. So that's something we hope to continue once little girl arrives. Obviously, that is going to be another transition, and we will update you guys once things look different. But as far as right now, that's pretty much how our day-to-day goes. When it comes to work, it looks so much different than what it looked like when it was just Josh and I together. We have a whole team of humans who we work with now. We have 3 coaches. We have 2 business partners. We have just support, and it's really awesome to see how much both businesses have grown, but also how our roles have shifted too, and how that has also impacted our family life. And I think when it comes to running businesses, so entrepreneurship and parenting, there's always going to be give or take somewhere, and it's going to sort of rotate through different seasons of life, especially as your kids get older, especially as business stuff shifts. So you constantly have to be assessing and reassessing what is working, what isn't working. But as far as, everything that we do, I would say overall, now that Kai's 4 and now that he can talk to us and, just is more involved, like it's a lot easier to just include him in all the things. Like even if there's a day where we have to have a meeting, he'll chill by himself, whether we put on a show or he's playing. Like it just feels less stressful, and that is making me excited and confident this time around going into the newborn stage again.
It's also nice, going from being on the ground floor, required day-to-day work in regards to check-ins and things that had to get done every single day at a specific time, to now scaling and being able to step into that managerial role where our workload isn't any less, but now we can do things in chunks and we can automate things and we can schedule things after we do that batch work. So we can schedule the rest of the content to come out, for example. After we've created a bunch of it, it's going to come out automatically. So it's definitely a different feel where, just having a newborn and then having 2 days off from check-ins and then having to make up those check-ins on a day-to-day basis was a massive, massive stressful component to what we do or what we did, 4 years ago. Whereas now there's no less work to do, but it is on our time, luckily, and we have a team who handles the day-to-day. So definitely a different feel, definitely grateful to be in this position at this point.
We are going to be doing a whole episode on that too, just the differences of what postpartum looked like with Kai versus what we are envisioning it's going to look like this time around, because I think it's been a common question from a lot of you fellow business owners and just moms in general, like how do you do it all? But we'll save that for its own episode, so let us know if you're excited to hear that. But that's pretty much a day in our lives. Obviously there's work sprinkled in there. Training varies, like I touched on my walk, but as far as my training in the gym, oftentimes that'll be with Kai. Oftentimes that'll be during his nap if we're not podcasting. But generally, we prioritize work that we have to do together when he's napping or we have help. So it's really just every day kind of looks a little different, and that's fine. You just kind of have to learn how to roll with it and learn how to be adaptable with your fitness, with your business, with your parenting, because it's never going to be perfectly lined up like it would be if you didn't have kids or, if you already had a streamlined business. So understand that it's going to be different every day. Understand that there's still a lot of work to be done even at the level that we are at now, but it's all stuff that we love.
We're going to wrap it up there. Where can they find you?
I'm at Alessandra Skutnik.
I'm at Josh Skutnik.
Everything else is linked in the show notes.